Hey everyone, it's Jamie, and I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. I am recording and hopefully publishing this video on Christmas Day. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and for those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas! I decided I wanted to build a kind of holiday themed home. I will say it's very heavily Christmas themed, but it does have other things in it as well. I'll say if you want to play in this house, you definitely could, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's like it might be hard to get like other skill building done because there's not too many skill items, but there's quite a few. So I decided I wanted to build a, kind of like Christmas Victorian kind of holiday house. And my reason for that was is I tried to build a Victorian style gingerbread house a few weeks ago. You may have seen that video on this channel. Didn't turn out well. And there is a type of Victorian architecture that we kind of sometimes refer to as like gingerbread style. And what it is, it's just very kind of like over the top, you could say. It has a lot of like outside decorative stuff that kind of looks like a gingerbread house. We don't really have that in The Sims 4, sadly, but we do have quite a bit where you can still make a very elegant looking Victorian. So that's what I did. I'm building here in Brittleton Bay, and the photos you'll see at the end take place in winter, and I uploaded it on the gallery as winter. I just don't like building in winter, so I built it in the summer months, and then used MC Command Center to switch it over to winter and make it snow. And yeah, that's what we did. But yeah, I had so much fun building this. I was building this last night. I was hoping to get it up last night for a video, but I'd spent way too long working on this. And yeah, all I really wanted was to do kind of a cute, almost gingerbready looking Victorian home, and try to make it very cozy. As far as some of my other Victorians go, I'll say this is closer on the smaller end, especially for this lot. I could definitely have gone bigger. It's only a 3-bedroom. It has, when I was building my ideas, that there's like a teenager, like a teen girl. So she has her own room. Her parents have a room, and then there's a room for the grandmother. That was my idea. If you really needed to fit another bedroom in here, you could maybe turn the attic space that I turned into a library / study. That could become a bedroom very easily. And this house does have 2 bathrooms. Only one of them has a shower though, so I guess you say it's a 1.5 bath. But the one downstairs also has a laundry unit. So if you're interested in playing laundry with your game, it's definitely there. And for skill building items, there's since I use seasons a lot for this, I put in the flower arranging table, as well as I put in a chess table, some easels. But yeah, other than that, like, you get your cooking skill up here. But yeah, part of the reason I want to build a Victorian, you see those little like round bump outs I have there at the corner. I was really just thinking like how much fun that would be to put like a Christmas tree in that little corner. And so that's how I did it. As you see here, I used this kind of siding from Cats and Dogs. I just thought it looked very cute, very kind of like gingerbready. And I'm using a lot of the Seasons windows. And originally I just wanted to keep it to like Seasons, the free holiday pack, Strangerville, because those doors are just perfect for this kind of style. And yeah, Seasons, Strangerville, the holiday pack. Yeah, those are like what I was trying to keep it to. Once I started furnishing, all bets were off. I'm so bad when it comes to furnishing, because I'll be like, yeah, I'll keep this base game or minimal pack, and next thing I know, I'm like, oh yeah, and Cats and Dogs, so I forgot, in the Cats and Dogs pack. But I was like, yeah, this will be a minimal pack, which I mean, that's still a lot of packs. Strangerville, cats and dogs seasons and the free it's quite a bit. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to limit my packs. And then I got into, the furnishing, and I'm like, oh my god, this one couch from this one pack would look great here. So it's a problem I have all of the time. But I really liked the seasons windows because I think they're good size. I think they also fit well with the doors that we got from Strangerville without feeling too out of place. I originally did want to use the Strangerville windows, but I just didn't feel like they fit right. And there's just something about the seasoned windows that I just feel like really worked. And I don't know, I just had super fun building this. It was very fun and festive. I want to play in this house actually. A little thing you may or may not know about me is, I'm really into Halloween, but I'm not super into like any other holidays. Like, I like Christmas well enough. I think it's fun. But, as far as like, I'm one of those people who I prefer holidays like Halloween, for example, because I don't need to spend it with family. And that sounds awful. It's not that I don't like my family. It's just I've always been kind of like a person of solitude. I haven't been like a super, like when it comes to, me doing things, I tend to do things by myself. Up here, this floor plan up here does change a lot. You see up here, we having those fun roofing issues, which maybe one day they'll fix, maybe they won't. I don't know. Originally, when I was doing this, my goal was for it to be another bedroom up here. And it ended up just becoming the study. And then a room that has, oh my god, I put in the candle making station in that room. So yeah, as always, I'm one of those people who say, yeah, you don't need all of the packs to download this. I think for me personally, what's the best part of this, build is I think the structure of it I think looks the best. So I would say anything you see on the outside, yeah, you should probably have those packs. Like, you should probably have cats and dogs in Strangerville, and seasons and the free holiday pack. Yeah, that's another way. It is a free holiday pack. It's been out for years now. I don't really use it, and when doing this, I found out there's actually some nice items in there, and it goes very well with seasons. They have like a menorah that's really nice, and then oh my god, what is it called? A kinyara? What is it called? I just looked this up because I couldn't remember. It's for Kwanzaa. It's called a kinyara, Kinara. And it has 7, and it represents like the 7 days of Kwanzaa. And yeah, those were the 3 main holidays I was focusing this around, even though I'll say it's very heavily Christmas. But I just think part of that is I think we have just more Christmas items in the game. I could be wrong, but I guess some of them were just more like winter holiday kind of themed, and maybe because I celebrate Christmas, I'm like, yeah, that's a Christmas decoration. But yeah, so I did the main what you used to consider the 3 main holidays, that being Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. I have noticed though, and I was reading an NPR article about it because I was wondering, because I noticed that we don't really talk too much about Kwanzaa anymore. And I remember when I was growing up, like I never celebrated it, but in school we heard about it, I saw it on TV, and it just felt like a bigger part of like the cultural discussion. Like when winter would come up, I'm like, all right, it's coming up for, the winter holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. And I was actually reading this NPR article about it because I was really interested, like whatever happened to Kwanzaa. I felt like I just didn't hear about it, and I was wondering if that just had to do with maybe where I lived in the United States. For those who don't know, for those who don't live in the United States, or might be too young, seeing as it's not super popular anymore, you're like, what is Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa is an African American holiday that was created by like the civil rights activists of like the 1960s and 70s. And what it was supposed to be a holiday that was supposed to kind of not compete, but go along with stuff like Christmas. And it was supposed to be, very based in African American culture, in African history, and kind of it was served as a way to teach, you know, um, people of the African diaspora, people who of African ancestry who live now in the United States and don't know much about their own heritage. Many of them don't even know where exactly in Africa they're from. And what it was supposed to be this way to teach, Black Americans kind of about that history, and to be able to celebrate that history of and allowing people to be very proud of this, this ancestry that for so long that they weren't allowed to be proud of. And from what I was reading in this really interesting NPR article, because I was like, yeah, I don't really hear about it anymore. And like my first assumption was like, oh my God, like, is something like dark happening? And I guess the truth is actually, since now, when Kwanzaa was created, there were no such things as like African study classes, departments, majors. And like the only way to really teach people about, that African history was, through Kwanzaa. But yeah, I guess after, in the 21st century, we have so much more, African studies classes and whatnot, that a lot of people just don't celebrate it anymore because, you're able to get that history from like mainstream schools and education now. We still have a long way to go, but, it's still not as prevalent as it should be. But I guess because it started to, no longer be this like hidden thing, it's a lot more obvious, and you can see it now and participate in it more now. I guess people just kind of like were shifting away from it. It's definitely for those who don't know, like in the 80s and the 90s, Kwanzaa really was considered like one of the big three December holidays. And it was like, those are and I remember seeing it on TV and learning about it in school. And yeah, I just was like, I don't really hear about it anymore. So it's interesting to see as we incorporate kind of like African history and lineage into education and stop, pretending that it doesn't exist or isn't worth discussing. How something like Kwanzaa just doesn't feel, I guess, important to a lot of people anymore, which is both like sad but also really interesting because they no longer have to wait for 7 days out of the year to actually be able to learn and discuss their heritage. So super interesting stuff. I still was putting around the Kwanzaa decorations and the menorahs and all the Christmas stuff. Like I said, there's some really nice items that come from both seasons and that free holiday pack, which I didn't usually ever use them. I usually kind of ignore those packs, but then I was like, I don't ignore seasons, but I kind of ignored like the holiday stuff. But I really looked through them while building this, and I was like, yeah, there's actually some really nice items. Some of them are a little tacky, which I'll be honest, Christmas is a little tacky. But yeah, it just ended up coming out, in my opinion, I'm pretty proud of this build. But I'm also was like really happy that I got a chance to sit down and go, oh yeah, there's like some really nice items that came in like both of those packs. And what's really nice is the holiday one's free. You can download it off Origin if that's what you use. I don't know how to download it for like Xbox or whatever, so don't ask me how. But it is like a free like thing that Maxis gave us. The EA gave it to us. So it's not CC, it's not, you don't have to pay for it. And I think that's super fun. But yeah, so my idea is I just wanted to make this really cozy looking home And my idea is you can either, like, if you download this, this could be a really fun house to play in. But since it is so season based, another fun thing I was thinking is it could actually be like a vacation home. I could call it holiday home on the galleries, or holiday house. And you can, come here maybe for the winter holidays. That could be fun. Like there's a Christmas tree you can decorate. There's a fireplace so Father Winter will come. It has everything you need. And yeah, I just think it's super, I think it came out great. I'm quite happy with this build. Like I said, it's a little tighter than I would say most of my Victorian builds, but I think it's because I really wanted that cozy feeling. Like I want your Sims to come here and feel like they're in, like, I don't know, maybe a Hallmark movie or something. I don't know. I just wanted to, like, you playing this to be like, ooh, my Sims are cozy. So it is a little smaller, and, I really went for this pink theme. Hopefully it's not too disgusting. And yeah. So I, like I said, I just want to wish you all a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. Feel free to download this off the gallery, as well as, check out some of my other content there. Hopefully soon maybe I'll get some other like wintry builds up. I just don't like building in winter in The Sims 4. I like how winter looks. I don't mind playing in it. It's just when building in it, I just hate not seeing the ground and not being able to do like terrain paint. Not that I even use terrain paint here. I kind of like knew, I was like, yeah, this is like a winter build, so like I really don't care about putting fancy terrain paint down because it's gonna be covered in snow. But I did a pathway, and as I was building, and I was having a sim come in here and play around and make sure everything was functional. One thing I did notice was, or I was starting to think about, I was like, I wish your Sims could like shovel a path or something. I know that would be hard because there's like no real way to route how Sims like walk to the front door. Like even if you put a path, like they don't always recognize if there's a path there. They just kind of like go the easiest route. But that was like one thing I was thinking, because I was like, even though like, so I shovel when it snows here because I live in New England and I hate shoveling. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy, but it's still part of like that, that like wintry gameplay. So I was like, I wonder if there's any way you could like really add that. Like, I'm sure they could add like maybe an animation that doesn't really mean anything. I don't know, just things to think about. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with this house. I think it's super cute. It's fully functional from when I was playing with it. And, I think there's not too much to do. So for kind of like a Victorian home, that's a pretty decent size. I feel like you might be like, not a lot to do, but you could definitely download this and take down all the decorations and like swap things out for like skill building items. But I do think there's quite a bit of skill building, as well as I personally, when building homes, try not to jam pack them with too much skill building so that my Sims will still go to community lots. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this voiceover up. Once again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and hopefully you had a good day. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much, and have a great night.